Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United keeping tabs on Spurs midfielder, and Mourinho's take on the Tchouameni transfer saga. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United keep tabs on Tottenham midfielder. Manchester United are reportedly making concrete moves to bolster their engine room by setting their sights on Tottenham Hotspur's promising young midfielder, Lucas Bergvall. The 20-year-old has caught the eye of the scouting department with his flair and vision, which are reckoned to fit right into the club's long-term plans. Word is that the Manchester United hierarchy have already made initial contact to test the waters over a potential swoop for the lad. This move underlines the Red Devils' commitment to lowering the squad's average age and building a solid foundation to tackle the fierce competition in the seasons ahead. News of this interest aligns neatly with the player's own situation in North London, where he is starting to have second thoughts about his future. Bergvall is understood to have let the Spurs higher-ups know that he is open to a change of scenery to secure more regular game time. Fierce competition for places in the Tottenham midfield this term has left his playing time severely limited, making a potential move to Old Trafford a rather tempting prospect. However, Manchester United's pursuit won't come cheap, as Spurs have slapped a hefty price tag of £50 million to £55 million on their young starlet. Despite the steep valuation, Manchester United find themselves in a fairly strong position thanks to their swift action in starting discussions. Landing Bergvall is seen as a massive boost for the club as they look to build a side packed with top-tier young talent to weather the tough battles in both domestic and European football. José Mourinho weighs in on Aurélien Tchouaméni's move. Manchester United have placed Aurélien Tchouaméni right at the top of their priority list following the collapse of the Elliot Anderson deal, making him one of their primary targets ahead of the new season. United are keen to make the most of the summer transfer window to reinforce their engine room with a heavyweight marquee signing. Although Tchouameni has only recently signed a new contract with Real Madrid, reports insist that the new deal is no guarantee of his long-term future in Spain. Furthermore, Madrid are mulling over a midfield reshuffle given their interest in bringing in World Cup star Rodri. United view the 26-year-old as their dream target to complete manager Michael Carrick's midfield overhaul. Real Madrid are reportedly open to considering Tchouameni's sale for a fee in the region of £68 million. The French midfielder is now open to the idea of a move to Manchester United should Real Madrid inform him that he is no longer central to their long-term plans. Despite the tricky nature of negotiations, Manchester United intend to push forward in their efforts to persuade both the player and the Spanish giants to seal the deal, capitalizing on a potential midfield shakeup in Madrid. Fresh reports suggest that United are preparing to launch a formal bid once they receive the green light regarding the midfielder's availability and asking price. Manchester United are reportedly ready to put together a lucrative financial package to grease the wheels for the Frenchman's move to Old Trafford. The Red Devils board are well aware that prizing a world-class talent away from Madrid requires a serious financial commitment, both in terms of the transfer fee and the wage structure. Backed by fresh funds and a driving ambition to restore the club to its former glory, Manchester United remain confident they can present a sporting project compelling enough to convince Tchouameni to become the focal point of Michael Carrick's new era. On the flip side, this pursuit has sparked immense excitement among Manchester United supporters, who have been desperate for a commanding holding midfielder following Casemiro's departure. Tchouameni's arrival is viewed as the ideal remedy to bring balance, physicality, and tactical flexibility to the side in the demanding environment of the Premier League. Should this blockbuster transfer materialize, the French international's presence would not only raise the team's standards dramatically, but also send out a statement of intent to their rivals that Manchester United are once again a serious force hunting top-tier talent on the European stage. Meanwhile, the arrival of José Mourinho at Real Madrid brings a fascinating new dynamic to the fold, particularly for Aurélien Tchouaméni. Under his stewardship, Real Madrid are entering a new era that demands strict discipline and specific player profiles. On paper, Tchouameni is very much Mourinho's ideal midfielder. Physically dominant, intelligent in reading the game, and adept at breaking up opposition attacks. However, Mourinho's uncompromising philosophy often calls for drastic role adjustments or a total re-evaluation of the squad, leaving the door slightly ajar for rival clubs to sense an opportunity. At first, Manchester United's pursuit of Aurélien Tchouaméni looked destined for a dead end. Mourinho firmly knocked back any notion of selling his star midfielder, viewing him as the bedrock of his midfield. For Mourinho, Tchouameni provides not only tactical balance but also a long-term guarantee. He wholeheartedly backed the club's decision to tie the player down to a new contract in order to put an end to the relentless transfer speculation. José Mourinho holds Aurélien Tchouaméni in the highest regard, hailing him as one of the finest holding midfielders in modern football. Thanks to a blend of raw physical power, tactical intelligence, and invaluable experience in World Cup and Champions League finals, the French midfielder is seen as a key cog in Mourinho's tactical system. Consequently, the manager is determined not to lose him and fully supports the club's efforts to shield his future from the clutches of Europe's footballing royalty. Nevertheless, internal dynamics at the club could shift following rumors that Real Madrid are actively pursuing Rodri from Manchester City. Given that the Spaniard plays in the exact same defensive midfield position as Tchouameni, such a move creates an intriguing dilemma. Should this transfer actually go through, Rodri's arrival would not only trigger fierce competition in the middle of the park, but could also reshape the balance of power and throw Tchouameni's guaranteed starting spot into doubt. This scenario leaves Mourinho and the Real Madrid board at a delicate crossroads. On one hand, Mourinho could persuade the club to partner Tchouameni alongside Rodri to form a formidable, versatile midfield fortress, though managing game time between two elite midfielders would certainly prove tricky. On the other hand, Manchester United and Tchouameni's representatives are keeping a close eye on developments, well aware that a change in system or potential squad rotation in Madrid could prompt a change of heart from the player and reopen negotiations that once seemed dead in the water. Bright prospects ahead for Noussair Mazraoui at Manchester United. The future of versatile defender Noussair Mazraoui at Manchester United has finally been clarified after the club decided to keep him at Old Trafford. Despite various transfer rumors linking him with several major European clubs this summer transfer window, the Red Devils have made it clear that Mazraoui remains an important part of the team's long-term plans. This decision was taken by the Manchester United management to maintain squad depth and defensive stability for the increasingly busy and competitive domestic and European campaigns ahead. Previously, Noussair Mazraoui was heavily rumored to be leaving Manchester United after a number of top clubs, including Italian side Milan, were reported to be interested in securing his services. The interest from overseas clubs was sparked by his consistent performances and remarkable flexibility in filling several defensive roles. However, the Red Devils hierarchy moved quickly to silence the speculation by confirming that the player will not be sold and no negotiations have been opened with any interested clubs. The Moroccan international, who was brought in from Bayern Munich in the summer of 2024, still has a lengthy spell remaining on his contract at Old Trafford. Mazraoui's current deal with Manchester United runs until June 2028, with the option for a further one-year extension held by the club. This remaining contract length gives the Red Devils a very strong negotiating position to keep the defender without feeling rushed into making financial decisions or letting him go on the cheap. One of the main reasons behind Manchester United's resolve to keep hold of Mazraoui is his exceptional tactical flexibility. Since his arrival, he has proven capable of adapting brilliantly to various roles, ranging from a natural right-back and left-back to occasionally slotting into midfield when required. This tactical versatility is a hugely valuable asset for the coaching staff when dealing with the injury crises that frequently hit the Red Devils' defensive line. The spotlight on Mazraoui's qualities grew even stronger after impressive displays for the Morocco national team on the world stage at the 2026 World Cup. In the world's biggest football tournament, Mazraoui proved to be a main pillar of strength in defense, maintaining his nation's defensive stability against tough opposition. His composure and maturity at the highest level during the 2026 World Cup further convinced the Manchester United hierarchy that he is the right man to remain at Old Trafford. What stood out even more during the tournament was his outstanding adaptability when deployed as a central defender. Operating in the heart of the defense, Mazraoui demonstrated remarkable positional awareness, winning crucial aerial duels and calmly playing the ball out from the back under intense pressure. His seamless transition into a centre-back role on the international stage proved that his footballing intelligence extends far beyond the flank, giving Manchester United an invaluable option in the middle of their backline whenever tactical adjustments or rotation are required. In the style of play set out by the Manchester United coaching staff, having a defender with attacking vision who is also solid defensively is absolutely essential. Mazraoui is considered to fit all the criteria of a modern defender required to support a possession-based game with quick transitions. Therefore, the manager emphasized that keeping a player of Mazraoui's profile is far more beneficial than searching for a replacement in an uncertain and costly transfer market. From a club management perspective, keeping Mazraoui also aligns with the transfer budget efficiency strategy currently being implemented at Old Trafford. With the spending budget earmarked for refreshing the central midfield and attacking areas, retaining an already proven defense is the wisest move. Spending significant funds merely to find a replacement defender is viewed as inefficient, given that Mazraoui has already gelled with the dressing room dynamics and understands the demands of English football. The decision to retain Nasser Mazraoui has also been received very positively by loyal Manchester United supporters across the globe. Since arriving at the club, the 28-year-old quickly became a fan favorite thanks to his work rate and never-say-die attitude shown in every match. Inside the dressing room, Mazraoui's presence brings a calm leadership style and high professionalism that serves as a great example for the young players in the squad. With his future at Manchester United secured, Nasser Mazraoui can now focus entirely on preparing for the challenges of the upcoming season. Competition in the Red Devils' backline is expected to be fiercer than ever, but with his quality and international experience, Mazraoui is expected to continue playing a key role. Fans now hope the defender can stay clear of injury trouble so he can make a maximum contribution in helping Manchester United push for silverware and return to the top tier of European football. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.